You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is Your Welcome America Presents Chasing the Saturdays, episode 10. Woo!
In our ongoing mission to translate British pop culture for America, we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the e-reality show that follows British-Irish pop group The Saturdays as they try to crack America.
Well, we've come to the end, and this episode really does have it all. Everyone's tired.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. I am Ben.
I am Fraser.
Fraser Light Razor.
And this is Chasing the Saturdays.
Woo!
Well, before we get into the episode, we have a special guest with us for this gorgeous finale of this dynamic show.
They're currently wearing a tired-looking, worn-out, slightly shrunken Saturday's tee. Who is it?
It's podcast nemesis Michael.
Make sure you insert all that noise of storm right there.
I feel like I should just say,
woo! Woo!
That was a bit too energetic though, wasn't it?
Now, the three of us went and got that. Well, the three of us were at that tour where you got that t-shirt. So what year was that?
Well, that was my 30th birthday.
Oh, so 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? No, Jesus. No, it was 8 years ago, nearly
Jesus.
9. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. Was Una pregnant with baby girl Aoife Bell at the time?
No, she must have had baby girl Aoife Bell.
Yeah, this was post baby girl Aoife Bell.
Because remember, this show's 10 years old. So, is that right?
It was such a long time ago
Yeah.
I went to that show.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember there was all those like dads with their kids then?
Yeah.
That would be you now.
Yeah.
Colette is literally, she's almost old enough to go to that show.
Oh, she would like the Saturdays.
Yeah,
Do you
she
think?
would.
Yeah.
That's so basic. I feel like she could do better.
Well,
Anyway, now that we've called my daughter basic,
you're the one who said basic.
I said she wasn't basic.
Okay, this episode, hashtag Sats Forever.
Sure.
Sats for a couple more years.
We made it. The final episode. So, Michael, tell us, have you been going on this journey with us and watching every episode?
I have been watching every fucking
Oh my
episode.
God.
And I've been listening, and I have to say, I'm listening to this show, and I have to say, this show is a lot better than the episode.
Thank you.
Thank you
That's
so
not
much.
really a compliment.
No.
It is truly, like, I remember being, like, so bored 10 years ago, and it's actually gotten worse with
Yeah.
age.
Although I did receive a very flattering text from your husband,
Really?
Ari, our podcast, where he said that I was doing a really good Irish accent for Una, and he wasn't being sarcastic.
Oh, that's good, because I have been worried this whole 10 episodes about you doing that accent.
Yeah, no, I got it straight from an Irish horse's mouth
That's
that I was
good.
doing a good job.
And classically, I believe he knows someone who knows Una.
Of course.
In the
Of
Irish way.
course. Matt always knows someone's cousin, always.
Shall we go to the penthouse rooftop to kick off this finale?
Before we go there, can we talk about the previously on? Because it's for the whole season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Hit us. Hit us.
The previously on is the recap of the entire season, and it is so fucking lame.
Na 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 na. It's set to
Because
What About
basically,
Us?
what have they done in 10 episodes? They have shot a music video, and they've done 3 gigs. One of which was at an over 18 gay bar,
Yeah,
and the other
Tiger
one
Heat.
was literally an after party.
And all the gigs are described as, this is our first nightclub gig in America. This is our first gig in America. This is our first live gig in America.
It's deeply underwhelming, and I love it.
We just shout out to your creaky chairs in your dining room, by the way.
Vintage.
Just gonna
Vintage.
do that. Oh, there we go.
They're
Yeah.
very chic, everyone.
That's
we're
like us-
on location at Casa de Podcast Nemesis O, actually, as we speak.
Yeah.
So if you hear any ambient noise, it could be creaky chairs, children. We make it sound like you live in some
I know, like a-
hovel with your children. It's literally
Seriously.
Like a vampire
could fit
castle.
like 5,000 of my
Well,
apartments.
he is a
in it.
nemesis, so, you know, a bat might just swoop down at one point. Let's get to this penthouse rooftop.
Yeah, is it the cliffhanger like scene that happened last week?
That's how cliffhangers work, right? Is that you show at the end of one episode, you say to be continued, and then what you do is you return to the action.
Got it.
But I'll tell you what these people have done, because they've done this to us already, this series.
They sure fucking have.
They took us to a different time, different location. Oh no, same location, different time.
But
same rooftop.
Apparently days later.
I do have a question for you both. Has anyone heard from Rochelle? No. At this point, I was like, wait, none of you have heard from Rochelle. You all live in the same building. Just go knock on her door.
Well, they're not explaining that she's gone to London.
I know.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corners that have been cut in this episode when it comes to logic and Rochelle. A lot.
It's the magic of childbirth. It's just confusing.
So, in the grand scheme of this series and their kind of attempt at screwball comedy, we get kind of a real His Girl Friday scene here where Peter Lorraine tries to get back to work. So he's got his clunky MacBook out.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, all right, ladies, enough about Rochelle. Let's get back to work.
Enough about Rochelle and her pregnancy.
Yeah,
I'm anti-babies.
Yeah, he feels like that's a real gay opinion of the past, isn't it?
Yeah, also, it's not his opinion.
No, of course
They've
not.
just cut together some shots of him looking a bit pissed off and bored, which could have been this or the Saturdays 24/7.
Peter might hate children.
Well, you never know.
No, let's not do that.
Have you ever seen him hold baby girl Aoife Bell? Nope.
You make a compelling argument.
He delivered Baby Girl Eva Bell.
So Peter has his itinerary.
Good.
Shall I read it out?
Yes, please.
Okay. Monday, Jay Leno. New York for the Today Show. The Highline Show. And an audition for Rodney Jerkins.
And now I'm going to read it exactly as it was,
Okay,
using
yeah.
the many different parts of ADR that they used.
Oh, sorry.
Monday, you've got Jay Leno. Tomorrow, it's the Today Show. And don't forget your audition for Rodney Jerkins.
Yeah, the Rodney Jerkins line was the most egregious ADR. Like,
Yeah.
it was a shot of the back of his head from, 3 weeks ago in England.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And at this point, I really like when he's talking about how they have to get up at 3 a.m. for hair and makeup for the Today Show. He's like, yeah, one of you is going to have to get into hair and makeup at 3 a.m. And Molly goes, oh, stop it.
That's because you just
That's
know,
our girl.
out of all of them, Molly's like, I'll do it.
Yeah, she definitely always takes the bullet, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Always takes that first like, oh, it's all right, I'll do it.
So true.
Yeah. She's lovely, isn't she? So we need to swoop over the pond. Get on that Concorde.
So we are in, as I've written in all caps with exclamation mark, Blighty. Now, in this scene,
Oh my God,
we've
I wrote the
got
same thing.
Rochelle and Marvin in a doctor's office. Is that a bottle of Appletizer in the background
It
with a straw in
absolutely
it?
is. Yes, it is.
Can we explain to, or maybe Michael, you could do a US equivalent of an Appletizer.
Oh, God. It's a Martinelli.
Oh, what's that?
So Martinelli is kind of this thing that you give kids when the adults are drinking wine.
Oh, like a slur.
It's like a slur, but that's basically what an appetizer is. Appetizer is like the soda pop version of that.
Now, your podcast nemesis parents do like an apple martini.
They love an apple martini.
What goes into an apple? What's the apple in an apple martini?
It is a syrup,
okay.
which is made of sugar and hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the same as an appetizer.
I wouldn't have thought so.
So Marvin Roche, they're back in a doctor's office, and I really liked that Marvin was in a more formal outfit to find out if they're pregnant. He looked very dapper.
He did.
And I said, he's a real sweetheart. So at this point, as we were waiting for the pregnancy announcement, I don't know if you saw what came up on the e-ticker.
No, what's going on in 2013?
In 2013. So Lil Wayne is hitting the road this summer for an encore of his America's Most Wanted festival tour.
Okay.
And Prince Harry is visiting Colorado, Washington, D.C., New York, and New Jersey on May the 9th because of the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy.
Wow, and that is only the first time Prince Harry will come up this episode.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I won't be reading that name again, but there you go.
We've also got going on some plinky plonky baby music. Ding da dong da dong da dong da dong.
This is just not how people act when they're finding out the official results of a pregnancy test, because they obviously know they're pregnant.
Yeah.
But it's so stupid. Even I couldn't suspend disbelief.
Also, shout out to the old Nespresso in the background. The old Nespresso technology. Did you see
Ooh,
that?
I didn't see
like
that.
a really big clunky Nespresso machine.
Your attention to detail is remarkable.
Yeah. Well, there's not a lot else going on in this.
That's true.
And you know my feelings about Nespresso.
Yes, you judge it harshly.
You don't like it.
Horrible.
You don't like any kind of pod coffee, do you?
Oh,
And it's not because Ben cares about the environment.
Nope.
That's going to be burning right to the ground.
So, in comes the doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor goes, hi guys. And then Marv and Rochelle go, you're right. You're right.
There's a lot of that this episode. Hiya, how are
Yeah,
you?
you're right. Yeah, doctor.
So they find out they are pregnant.
Mazel tov.
I then wrote here, I mean, I watched this episode 2 weeks ago, so I cannot remember other than that dusty Nespresso machine. I've written,
Yeah, I mean, they're lovely people, and we're so happy for them.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing but goodwill for the Humes family.
Should we go out for dinner?
I think so.
Yeah, I got to celebrate that. I was about to say result. Is that a result?
It's a result.
Yeah, it's a result. Result.
By having one of their classic Marvin and Rochelle like fake fights about like him like having an idea and she's just like not sure about that. It's like, oh,
Well, what are they
God.
talking about?
Baby names.
Baby names.
I mean, to be fair, London is the worst idea ever for a baby name.
London.
Oh, we've got to be careful you're not offending
What our listeners?
any of our listeners that have any kids called London.
Do you know what would be a
They're
good?
tacky. Sorry.
What about Encino for a baby?
Oh, yeah.
Baby Encino.
Do you think if I have a third child, they
Yeah, little
Baby
baby
Encino.
I'm into that.
I don't mind it.
You know what would be short for London? Lonnie. It's a good
Lonnie.
name. Lonnie.
Oh, God.
Baby Lonnie.
Let's bring back some memories.
Baby Dawn. Not bad.
That's not the worst.
Yeah.
I kind of like Don. Don is a funny
Don.
name for a baby.
Oh, their name's Dawn. What's it short for? London. Baby Dawn.
And then Marvin suggests Chelsea. And she's like, oh, it reminds me of you and your football. And they're like, whoa. And then like the canned audience laughter was like,
She then suggests Rochelle the second.
I liked Rochelle the second.
And then did someone say either she or Marvin said Marvel?
Oh yeah, Marvel. I thought that was actually great.
I thought it was funny.
Best name suggested.
Marvel.
I mean, it is Brie Larson's character name in Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it?
I might have made that up. I think actually...
Isn't Marvel pronounced Marvel because they're like aliens or
Yes,
whatnot?
actually Marvel is the character that's played by Annette Bening in Captain Marvel.
Queen.
Who playing an evil alien called Marvel, Annette Bening. Look it up, people, if
A
you
true
really
icon.
need to.
It's the only good thing in that movie.
Flinty-eyed icon. She's very flinty-eyed,
She
isn't
is
she?
so flinty-eyed. Anyway,
Ben doesn't want to talk about Marvel.
At this point, we find out per the Saturday's HR rules, she's entitled to 2 months off.
well, that's what Una has.
Same as Una. Yeah.
I like the idea that she could pick any 2 months. And she makes a mistake and accidentally picks the first 2 months. They're like, well, I guess you're giving birth on stage. Anyway, should we hop and skip back over the pond? Back
Yes.
to sunny Los Angeles.
Where
Although
are
not
we?
so sunny right now, am I right,
Not so
guys?
sunny,
Am I right?
listeners.
Not
It's been
quite.
rainy here. Where are we in this scene?
We're back with the dynamic team of gals playing table tennis on the roof of their building.
Oh, I wrote ping pong.
Ping pong. Ping pong is funnier.
And then is this when Rochelle walks in? Yes, okay. So Rochelle walks in wearing an Alexander McQueen leopard print scarf.
Yeah, with a fun kind of highlighter fluoro yellow jumper.
Lovely.
Jumper.
Very nice.
I mean, it's windy up on that rooftop, I guess, isn't it?
But it is. No matter the season. Whatever the weather. Whatever the weather.
So this is where poor Peter Lorraine's really getting screwed by production. So she announces she's pregnant, and the girls pretend they don't know that already, and are all like, "Yay!" Ooh, screaming like happy, happy. And they use the exact same cutaway of Peter Lorraine 3 times of him just like staring over them. It's definitely like from like when they were setting up the cameras, right?
Yes.
And they were like, "Oh, Peter, will you just sit in for us and just so we can get like the framing?" He's just too busy emailing the Roxy or whatever he's doing.
But on the plus side, Adam, the management coordinator, he seems really happy.
He's into it. He's always happy though, you know?
What a weird man.
Wonder what he's doing now.
He says, "Oh, the family's growing, guys."
Oh, but you know Adam was invited to all their weddings, all the christenings, everything.
I will say, just to give you an update, they ended up calling this child Aliyah May. So that's ALAIA hyphen MAI, Aliyah May.
the
Eli
dress?
May?
And then their second girl, she's called Valentina Rain, but Rain's RAINE. And then
I think Valentina's a great name.
yeah, Valentina Rain is a pretty strong name. I mean, she could be like the evil henchwoman in like Catwoman. That could
Where's-
have been Sharon Stone's character's name.
Yeah.
Valentina Rain.
Love Valentina as a name.
And then their son is called Blake Hampton Hughes.
Yeah.
Blake Hampton Hughes.
Oh, Humes.
Sorry, Blake Hampton Humes.
Yes, it can't be called Blake Hampton Hughes Humes. I got that wrong.
But yeah, Peter is the worst.
Yeah, but it's not real.
Yeah, but like even suggesting that it is horrible.
I know. So it's not Peter's the worst.
I feel like
it's
he
the-
should have put his foot down and not let the e-execs use that.
Yeah, he
cut
got
of
walked
him.
over. Poor Peter.
He didn't get
Anyway.
a choice in this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Should we go record a hit song?
Define hit.
Oh god, helicopters are circling. What kind of neighborhood is this, Michael? I thought this was exclusive. Or is
Yeah,
this, or is this
that's
someone,
a celebrity coming
I was about
home.
to say this is someone flying back
Yeah.
in the helicopter,
That's
unlike
Gwen
where I
Stefani.
live, which is just helicopters going downtown to stop crimes.
Or helicopters coming to my neighborhood and circling my neighborhood to solve crimes?
Yes. So yeah, we're gonna see that we see the girls getting papped with fake paps as they enter Glenwood Studios in Burbank.
What music's playing?
What is playing?
Ego.
Oh, it is.
So they walk into the studio and they see all the people in there and they go, "How are you?
Hi, how are you?
How are you?"
Hi, how are you? They do it. It happens like 5 times in a row.
Yeah,
It's
how are
like, "Hiya,
you?"
how are you? So they are meeting Rodney Darkchild Jerkins. Obviously, we've done a special episode on Rodney Darkchild Jerkins. If you want to go back into the back catalogue,
And you're welcome, America. Yeah, I famously met Rodney
you did,
and he told me about his wild nights out with the Spice Girls, which is super fun.
yeah, because he produced Holler. Mm-hmm. So yeah, go and look at that if you want to see the legend that is Rodney Darkchild Jerkins. I like to say that his songs often sound like someone falling down the stairs holding loads of pots and pans.
In a good way.
In a good way,
In
yeah,
a good
the perfect way.
I've written here, Peter looks tired.
He does.
I mean, he's not the first person to look or say that they're tired in this episode.
It's the theme.
And also, out of everyone to actually be tired in this show, I'll accept Peter being tired.
Yeah, true enough.
So should we talk about the song that they're going to be actually auditioning to get? So that's what we find out, that they're not just there to record a song. Lots of people, Rodney Darkchild Jerkins tells the biggest bold-faced lie I've ever heard, and that's that this song, Lease My Love, lots of different people want it, but he wants to give them a chance to record it.
Lease my love.
You can lease my love.
Pretty clunky, man.
Hire purchase my heart. I mean, it's a really bad phrase.
It's very clunky, this song. This song's like a horse and cart with like square wooden wheels. Does that make sense?
It does, actually.
Just like clunk, and then take it round again and clunk again.
I have to say, during the recording, Rochelle sounds okay.
Yeah.
Which is not often what I would say about Rochelle.
Yeah, she hit some. I think Rodney Darkchild Jerkins really brought out the.
Twiddled some knobs
Yeah.
and things. Yeah, I wrote Rochelle and Vanessa ! And then I've just written this. My love will never be for lease. I don't know what that is.
So deep.
I think that was Rochelle's
is that-
big moment. Yeah, that was her
Yeah,
big
it was
note.
a big drama
Lease.
voice.
My love, like
Lease is a
doesn't-
bad song lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It just doesn't. Yeah, even the word rent, I don't really want to hear in a song.
Rent my romance.
Yeah, rent my romance. At least my love. Sublet my sex. I don't know.
Yeah. Borrow my butt.
You can't sublet my sex. Actually, I'm going to release that. That sounds great. Sounds like a dance banger. And the last thing we see is Vanessa in the booth. And I noted we'd gone up in the hair department. We've gone back down again. I'm very concerned about Vanessa's hair.
Well, I think when they went back to the UK, she got it redone.
Yeah.
That was a few weeks ago now.
Yeah, now it's looking very tinsely.
Tinsely.
Like a lion's mane of tinsel. I'm really concerned.
What, like the tinsel when you take it out of the black bag that's been up in the attic?
Precisely.
I'm gonna hang this up. Oh, it's looking a bit tired.
Needs fluffing.
Yeah.
Poor Vanessa.
Maybe it's time to throw this one away again. You went from Asda. Oh my god.
And at the end of it, I've just written, "Thank you."
Another dynamic scene.
You can lease my love.
I know we actually had a scene of them recording with a platinum award winning artist, and yeah, it still felt real pedestrian.
Yeah.
It's actually like a skill of theirs, isn't it?
I would say it's their primary talent.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they could go to the Oscars and it would
They'd be
still
like, "You're
be like-
right."
You're right.
They could go in the first, like, I don't know, like pedestrian flight to space. They'd be like, "Hi."
You're so right. They're on the first flight to the moon.
Yeah.
You're right. And they'd be like, oh, how was it? Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, it was nice going to the moon.
Yeah, Rochelle didn't love it. No.
Yeah, we got a bit tired, but it was good. Like, oh my God.
Did you like going zero gravity? Yeah, it was all right for a bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fun though. We had a laugh, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Remember we went to space?
Okay, where are we going next?
We're going to Burbank.
Oh,
Sorry, Ben.
Where are we going?
we are going to
Jay
Burbank.
Leno Studios.
Yeah.
Oh.
Burbank to
Yeah.
Burbank.
Finally, the first legit performance that they've done.
Yeah.
I would argue.
No, definitely from like American TV perspective, this is a big deal.
This is a booking.
This
Jay-
is a booking.
Yeah, Jay Leno's Tonight Show.
They're wearing khaki and black outfits.
Edgy.
Una's in like a fun crop top that's like kind of what's the word, like tasseled. She's doing a lot of like shimmy shaking in it, which I really
sure
enjoyed.
was. Yeah.
I've noticed there's a keytar player, like a keytar.
What is a keytar?
A keytar it's like a keyboard, but it's also a guitar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure enough.
And this is for, obviously they're performing, it's a performance only with just Jay goes over and says a couple of words. That
Hey,
they're not-
girls.
Yeah, they're not sofa guests. 'Cause did you see who was on the sofa? I think it was Nicki Minaj, which I thought was very funny.
Oh, wow.
Just the thought of Nicki Minaj and the Saturdays in the same orbit is quite
Yeah, that was
mind-blowing.
pretty wild.
Nicki Minaj like hopping up and doing a guest rap.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
her doing Sean Paul's part, and
Yeah.
what about us? Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
I feel like she could do the flow rider part.
Yeah.
And higher.
Yeah, true. Actually, what were they doing? Were they doing What About
They were
Us?
doing What About
They
Us?
were
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I could not find hide nor hair of this performance online.
scrubbed.
This one has been scrubbed from the internet. But we'll get to we'll get to something later where I'll tell you there's one performance and another that has not been scrubbed that you guys will be checking out. That I've got
Can't
ready
wait.
for you.
I have to say their performance was fine.
Yeah, it's
Not,
good.
not exactly thrilling, but fine.
I felt like they used as live vocals for it, right? Like they were miming.
It felt
but
that
it was
way to
as
me.
live, like because they sounded good and live.
Yeah, I would agree.
So they probably recorded them at rehearsal.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, good for them.
It's good thinking.
So after the performance,
So we actually we get a coming up, and I don't normally talk about the coming ups, but it was so this show. It was just a brief glimpse of Peter Lorraine walking in. He goes, "Oh, Rodney Jerkins just phoned."
that was a really good impression.
Oh God, I feel like he always everything he says is exhaled.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, guys, we're gonna perform at the Roxy tonight. Okay, ladies, are we ready? Molly, you got your makeup?
Yeah, I got into hair and makeup at 3 a.m.
I really feel like I could have been Peter Lorraine in another life.
100%.
I feel like at that when I worked in TV in the UK, I felt like I was offered a Peter Lorraine type.
Yeah, totally.
Very harassed and put upon.
Harangued.
Very harangued.
But yeah, so we're in the dressing room after the show, and it's the third fake fucking reveal of this episode. Literally the third.
What do you mean the third fake reveal?
Well, first there was the fake reveal that they were pregnant. Then there was the fake reveal that the girls find out that Rochelle is pregnant.
Oh, I
and now
see.
we're having the fake reveal about Lise, my love. How? I mean, it's outrageous.
You got the song. Rodney said yes.
Hooray! Yay! Woo!
Woo! Shall we nip to New York?
Yeah, so we're gonna whip over on a Spirit Airlines flight, no doubt.
Well, do you know what's good? We have that deal set up with the Peninsula Hotel. So we'll stay at the same hotel. It's all done. We'll use the same release form.
Yeah.
That's just easy.
There's a great shot of them going down the line of a bunch of fans waiting, and they get this poor gay just goes, "We're all fired up for the Saturdays." Obviously, he's American.
Where are we going? In New York. This is the Today Show.
This is the Today Show. Yeah, we get a shot of a few different fans. They're lying. One of them says, "We've come all the way." Oh no! This is actually a signing.
That's right.
They're doing a signing, and we get a fan that lies and says, "We came all the way from LA to see you." That's not true.
I know, it's like imagine Una being like, just stayed in LA.
I mean, I believe they were visiting from LA.
Yes, I
and then
believe that.
saw them.
Correct.
Although I have to say, as is always the way in Your Welcome America and UK and US equivalents, this signing, compared to the signing at HMV a couple of episodes ago in Britain, this signing looks pretty good.
It does. Like that line that they did was that's
Great
a long
line. They're like digital screens. It's
Yeah.
well lit. God, your country, Michael.
Yeah.
We do it well.
They know how to
do
put an
it.
event together.
Do it. You do it well.
Meanwhile, very importantly, while this is happening, we are hearing in the backdrop the Chasing Lights instrumental.
We sure fucking are.
Go on, bye bye. We get the usual side comments from the girls talking to the fans. Oh, we like your nails. And at one point, Frankie goes, "Oh, you've got cold hands." And she's like, "Is it cold out there?" And it's like, "You gals."
This chat, they really know how to put you at ease.
The Americans must be like, "Wow, they're so down to earth." It's like, this is them at their most diva-ish, okay?
And I believe there's some chat here about Rochelle being tired.
Yep.
And I have to say, she does look genuinely wrecked.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't look great.
Well, that is what I've been told from friends that have been pregnant is the beginning. You get like a wave of like extreme exhaustion.
First
First
trimester.
This is
trimester.
it.
And then at one point, one of the fans says, they're like, "Oh, you're going to come and see us tonight?" He says, "Are you doing Ready, Get Set?" Or Ready, Set, Ready, Get Set?
Ready, get set.
And I was like, I don't know this song.
I know it.
What was it on?
It's an album track. They performed it like a few episodes back.
Oh.
They?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Really
What,
passed
Tiger
me by.
Heat?
Did you guys see the Hot Fan?
No.
Yes. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
Red Beanie.
see.
He was the one who said he was dancing his face off.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks a bit like
There's a picture of him.
Ryan
I'm showing a
Cabrera.
picture.
He does look like Ryan Cabrera.
He's
Yeah,
way hotter. Look at him.
Yeah, he said I'm going to be dancing my face
Oh
off.
my God, I'd love to dance my face off with him.
Oh,
That's right, I said it.
Noted though, no Frankie haircuts.
Yeah.
Not as many.
No, none. No, compared to the UK, no
None at
Frankie.
all?
No,
No, I didn't see
wow.
one Frankie haircut.
no. Should we go rest up in bed at the peninsula?
Absolutely.
So this is where Rochelle's picking up fruit.
I thought she looked gorgeous in this scene. Hair and makeup, she looked gorgeous.
She did.
Those tresses were flowing down.
I thought it was nice. Her and Una had a real heart-to-heart.
Yeah. And in classic Una style, she wasn't really being that encouraging. She was being quite doom and gloom. She's like, well, that's right, you will be really tired. The thing is, you'll be tired now, you'll feel fine, and then you feel really tired again.
The thing about Una is she's giving the realness.
She keeps
She's
it
being
real.
honest
Yeah.
about the challenges of motherhood.
Yeah.
She does keep it real.
Yeah.
That's our girl.
No BS with our Una.
No, although she never quite says anything straightforwardly, does she?
No. Well, she does a lot of real Irish limericks, doesn't she? She never
Like
quite
talking
she never-
around.
Yeah, she never quite gets there. She's just telling the lyrical tales. You know it well. You're married to an Irishman.
The lyrical tales of Una.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Una's got a plate statement necklace on. Don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, another Egyptian treasure.
And at the end of this scene, Rochelle just says, "I just want this out now." I just want this out.
A little too soon for that.
Yeah.
So our next incredibly dynamic scene, we hear the gorgeous tones of the song 30 Days. And that,
I woke up in the morning, I felt so far away. So far away because they're in New York.
Yeah.
and it's kind of the gals getting ready for the Today Show. And there's a really good cutaway of Una just eating a croissant. Or a pastry. She's standing there, she's got rollers in her hair, and she's just shoving a croissant into her face.
Imagine going to studio really early and there being some good croissants.
Yeah, coffee and pastries.
Coffee and a pastry.
The Today Show, you know they've got decent
Yeah,
stuff.
they've definitely got some
catering.
nice
The
stuff.
Today Show's a big deal.
Exactly.
Which you would think everybody would be super excited. But no, they're just tired.
Gals are real tired.
Oh my God, Vanessa is now complaining about being tired. I've written down, Jesus, can everyone shut up?
I've written here, thank goodness they're all so beautiful. They're really made for early mornings.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not I mean, they are also young.
That's
Yeah.
true.
There's a good cutaway of Peter Lorraine on his laptop, and his hair was the most insane I've ever seen it. And he looked like a startled little kind of animal from the forest, a little startled forest creature. He was just like, woo.
So, what are they performing? They're performing What About Us?
Yeah, but before they perform, they've got or actually maybe it's after
I
the
think
performance.
it's
Yeah.
after the performance.
So after the performance, Hoda and Kathy Lee bring the most interesting drama and content this
Yeah.
entire episode.
Yeah. So they say, well, we heard one of you used to date Prince Harry. Which one of you is that? And Molly's like, oh, no, I didn't date him. We're just friends. It's like, ooh, I forgot that they were friends.
Was Molly at the wedding?
That's a great question. We need to let's look into
Yeah.
that.
Molly would be a great wedding guest.
Yeah.
How beautiful would she
she's
look?
so pretty.
And she'd never show you up as well.
No, she'd always keep it very simple.
Yeah. And like I meant as well at the reception, you'd never have to worry about Molly saying and doing anything wrong. She'll have 2 glasses of wine max.
100%.
She'll have a boogie in her words on the dance floor to a song, and then she'll go home.
And then you'd get the wedding photos back at the reception, and everybody be like, who's that stunning
It's that
woman?
gorgeous creature in every shot. Like
Yeah.
everyone else is like, "Nah."
But then Kathy Lee, who's obviously drunk, says, "One of you is with child."
I really enjoyed the Victoria. I felt like because she was talking to British people, she's like, "Oh, I'll make it fancy and British. One of you is with child."
I mean, who says that?
With child.
Iconic.
I've also noticed here for the performance they wear platform wedges.
Now, this performance, Ben, if you want to click on the link, the first link that I sent you that
Did you
says
send it
the
to me a
Today
specific
Show.
47 seconds in?
Yeah.
Until that bit, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
It's a little shaky.
Everyone's a little shaky, but I really like that moment of Vanessa. It
What
sounds
about
it sounds like she's fallen off the stage. She's the spirit of someone that's fallen off the stage, but she's still
wow.
standing in one place.
she was really live.
I did send you a second video because I found quite an amazing
Okay.
thing. So it's when they're performing the song "Work" on Antidex Saturday Night Takeaway. And the theory is, I'm not quite sure what happened, but the theory is that this was meant to be a completely mimed performance, but they forgot to start the track on the first line, so you hear just one live vocal to start with.
Okay.
Here with an exclusive performance of their new single, Work. It's the Saturday!
Work.
And then listen to the next bit. Like they turned the track on.
I love how you just stumbled across that.
Play that opening line again just one more time. That sounds like us doing it.
It
Like
really does.
truly, like if we were put in that studio to perform that song, that's what I would have sounded like doing it.
God, Molly's hair wig here is bananas.
Oh, their hair and makeup is so insane in this. Sorry about that diversion, but yeah, I got a little lost down a Saturday's live performance rabbit hole, but I really enjoyed those little clips.
Right, what happened next?
But there's a really weird, really short, really weird line with Rochelle and Frankie, and they're just like lazing around talking about being tired.
I was incensed. I had to turn it off and walk away. I had to take 5.
Frankie's like, "Oh, I'm very tired, aren't you? Are you tired, Rochelle?" "Yeah, I'm really tired. Thing is, I'm pretty tired." Well, we did
These
get up
women
early, I'm
ever
tired.
worked before?
Work. You gotta work. Also, come on. Like, they were up at like 4 a.m. to do this.
It's more just that this
And they're
conversation.
jet-lagged.
It's more this conversation shouldn't have ever been on television.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mike was like, have these women ever worked?
Yeah, they're allowed to complain about being
Get a
tired.
job.
But in a different TV show, this would have absolutely never seen the light of day. This scene in this conversation.
Yeah, they just need something for someone to say. In fact, doesn't Una have a really weird line in this part where she talks about how they've kind of made it over here?
Well, I think that's after the.
Oh, is that? Am I going backwards?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're going too far into the future.
Oh.
I think that's after their incredibly electric performance at the Highline Ballroom.
Which is where we're going next. 50 people from the label are coming.
Bullshit.
50 people from... Do you think an email went round?
Yeah, 50 people got emailed.
Yeah, that I believe.
50 people got forced to go.
I would say there's 10 max from the label there.
Yeah.
And this is where we get into some really weird semantics about their live performances.
Well, this is their first official live performance in America with all members.
First headline official performance with all
Oh,
members.
okay, got it. Semantics.
Well, I don't even know what to say.
Because they have done about 20 performances, but it's all been with a patchwork of different people from the band. At one point, Peter was up there singing Work.
Yeah.
Adam from management coordination took the high note on Ego.
Baby girl Aoife Bell had that ukulele for that one. Oh, yes, this is where they perform Get Ready, Get Set, and I've just written, just do the hits, girls. What is this underwhelming song?
Yeah, it's a bold choice to do an album track in your first ever headline performance with all the members of the group in America.
Yeah, with 50 people from the label in attendance.
All 50 were fucking bored. What do you guys think about this performance?
I've written, they don't sound great. I can't really hear them.
Yeah. What I could hear was shaky.
Yeah, and I just felt the whole thing was a bit limp. Like the choreo was it was all very woo.
Yeah. It had the energy of marking it for rehearsal.
But I kind of love it. Like they don't have a spark, and that's kind of the charm.
Someone's holding up a sign, which I'm sure was not made by production, that says, "Heart the Sats since 2008." And then in quotation marks, "If this is love." And then underneath, "Love you." So it literally says, "The Sats since 2008, if this is love, love you."
If this is love you.
Love you.
Then I don't wanna know what
Hands are
if-
cold.
Yeah, and they do a bit of there's a lot of "Hello New York," limply scream to the crowd, which I enjoyed. And then we get now. You want to talk about this show not being dynamic? Excuse me. This whole show has been working up to this moment.
This big moment.
So Vanessa announces that they're just about to perform their song "Issues." Then what happens?
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, there's a fake kind of record skipping sound of the CD not working, and then just there's a moment of silence. Then you just hear one of the fans goes, "Frankie." And that's it. One load, it's someone from like the crew. They're like, say something like you're a fan. One of them just goes, "Frankie." So what are we going to do? At this point, Molly says that, they don't know what they're going to do. They're up on stage. She said, I feel like James Bond without the weapons.
The weirdest simile ever.
I feel like James Bond without the weapons.
Although, let's think about this. Imagine Molly as a real low-level Bond girl.
That's good. What do you think if like ITV bought the rights for a James Bond TV series?
Absolutely. If it was like do you know what? Truly, if they did like a, how it's always like the origin stories or whatever. If it was like young James Bond and she was like a young Moneypenny, I think that's actually great casting.
That's pretty good.
I could also see her playing Miranda Frost in that James Bond movie.
Oh, no. She could play Miranda Frost for the first half of the movie, but lovely Molly could not pull off the incredible turn that Rosamund Pike pulled in that movie, where she went from being good to evil.
Is that the oil pipe?
No,
that's the Ice Hotel.
We have the same fucking conversation.
She's
Whichever
an
one we mentioned, we always then go, is that the one with the ice hotel? Is that one with the oil pipe? So that's the one with the invisible car.
Oh,
So you can't imagine Molly like living in an ice hotel and then beating up Halle Berry on a plane?
No, I can imagine her doing all the stuff beforehand where she's the good version. Absolutely.
Okay, well,
and I
that's
can
something.
truly imagine her in a Moneypenny role, just being like, "Hello, James. Nice to see you."
Okay, I've got another one for you. What about a touring stage production of Thunderbirds and she plays Lady Penelope?
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a great one.
But that's the touring regional production.
Oh, you're not giving her West End? No.
She's at like
she's at like a pier.
yeah,
Right.
the York Royal Theatre or
Right.
something.
Sheridan Smith's already doing it in the West End.
Exactly.
That's a tough Lady Penelope. that's a different interpretation.
I have a question.
Oh, 'cause he needs me. I'm just imagining her doing it as Nancy in a Lady Penelope outfit.
So I have a question. Of all the Sats, who would be in 222?
Oh, a ghost story.
A ghost story.
Well, as the Cheryl role
the
slash the
Cheryl role.
Constance Wu role.
Playing Cheryl in 222.
I think that I've got a bold one here.
Hang on. Don't say it 'cause I don't need to cloud my
I
answer.
know who it's gonna be.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, I'm gonna throw mine out there. I actually think that Frankie could pull it off.
Same. I think it would be Frankie.
Because the character, it's like she's got the kind of fragility mixed with the strength of that character. And I think, in a regional touring production of 222, Frankie's playing the role of, what's her name?
I didn't see it.
222 on
I think,
tour.
I think they had different names in the one that, I saw that with your husband as well.
Oh.
Your husband, hey?
Anyway, sorry for bringing it back to 222. It was very...
Don't ever apologize. If you can find a way to mention the Millennium Dome.
I was just about to say, are we about to talk about the Millennium Dome? Oh,
Anyway,
the
sorry.
Titanic Museum in Belfast.
We got very sidetracked with James Bond there. So what are we going to do? So the track's not working. They need to perform Issues. What could they possibly do?
Cue Una and her line. We're going to have to do it acoustic.
What do you think the chances are, percentage-wise, that this happened as it was shown on the TV show?
Can you do minus percentages in the mathematical world?
I'm so glad that her guitar was just off stage and already tuned and ready to go.
Yeah, well,
remarkable.
I will say they did show a bit of footage of the guitar getting mic'd, and there was a small moment when she was talking and going to sit down where you heard some tuning.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to give them that, and I will also give them, I do feel like Una brings that guitar tuned and ready anywhere she goes.
Just in case.
I mean, sure. I mean, this is the only way I want to hit Issues and Chasing Lights.
I've written, did Una scratch the CD on purpose?
Yeah.
And then I've also written, Vanessa sounds great.
Yeah, she really goes for it in this, and I think a lot of the time they're quite with any performer, but they're really hampered by their terrible choreography, kind of affecting their vocals.
Yeah, that's true.
They're a lot better when they can just sit down.
I wrote down, there's like no connection between them and what they're singing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they're like completely dead-eyed, and I like that. But
Yeah.
it's quite weird.
Yeah.
Like the songs could be about anything.
Well, have you heard them promoting ever promoting their music? It's kind of similar to that. The only thing I ever remember, which I always talk about, is the promotion tour for this song for Issues. And they went on Loose Women. It was Frankie and Rochelle were on Loose Women, and they had to explain that they had to change the lyrics in Issues because everyone thought it sounded like they said "and stab you" instead of "slap you." And their response was, they were like, we had to change it because everyone thought we were saying "stab you." And then Rochelle just goes, it's because of our accents. We're from Essex. I literally, for some reason, that interview was burned into my brain.
It's probably the
on the hard
most
drive.
creative input they've had.
Yeah.
I've written here that we get a zoom in on Peter grinning like a Cheshire cat.
I think he looked really unwell.
Oh, is he tired?
He's tired.
He
He's
might
dead
be.
tired.
He just looks like he hasn't drunk water, like, ever.
Did you notice at this point, someone in the crowd holds up like a iPhone 3 and it just has the words "The Saturday" scrolling across it. It's like one of those scrolling messages.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Written in a rainbow font.
I don't remember ever being able to do that though on my iPhone 4.
I don't know if I had I don't know if I had an iPhone at this point. I didn't have access to the technology.
2013?
Yeah.
I got my first one in 2010.
Oh, I feel like I was still on a BlackBerry at this point. I was still trying to make that BlackBerry curve work for me.
Yeah, I feel like you were a BlackBerry
Yeah, I
to
was-
the bitter end.
Fewer and fewer BBMs were coming your way every
completely.
day.
At that point, it was just me and my brother and my friend Debbie. Just the
Pegging
three
each
of us
other.
pegging each other in a triangle.
So we're back in LA.
It's the finale scene.
my
We are
God.
going to Yamashiro.
That is a classic place to go.
It's good. Can you
Yeah.
explain, Michael, to our listeners?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. So Yamashiro, it's like in Hollywood. It's on a rooftop, and it's basically themed like a giant, like Japanese.
It's not on a rooftop.
Well, it's
on a
It's on
hill.
a hill, and it's like a Japanese like palace, I guess.
Yeah.
And they have very expensive, very mediocre sushi.
Yes.
But like it's beautiful views. It's quite dramatic.
Yeah.
It feels special.
Great for a sunset.
Don't they
Yeah.
have like koi ponds and little bridges and things
Yeah,
in there
so
as
many
well?
little bridges.
Yeah.
It's all very like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you know what I mean.
/ Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like fake.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like it looks like a set from
Right.
Kill Bill.
Was it founded by white people?
I mean, I can't imagine it wasn't. It's actually weirdly, it's right above the Magic Castle, which I believe you've talked about on your pod.
Yes.
Yamashiro is very fun. Have you been?
No, never been.
Ooh, we'll take you. For
Wait,
the
I
finale.
don't like sushi.
Oh, they do other things as well.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I tell you who we should take when she's here in a few weeks' time.
Your mum.
My mum.
Oh,
She would love.
perfect.
That's
She'll
perfect.
love that.
What would she comment upon? That's so weird because we brought her to Benihana last
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
So we're going from China to Japan.
Great.
Well, she'll probably say something inappropriate about that connection.
The beginning of the scene, do you know what you can hear playing? You can lace my love.
You can lease my love.
Beautiful.
And
You see a set of Manolos going up the stairs. A set of beige pumps going up the stairs.
And
I think that's Molly.
at the back of the line going up the stairs, it's Peter Lorraine and Roche. And she sort of pulls her back and he says,
He does a real, hey, can I have a word?
yeah, can I have a quick word? We're here for you. We'll make it work.
Oh, that's big of you.
Yeah, that's so good of you. Yeah, you better, because she's having a baby. But we'll make it work.
But
Yeah.
you bought her a gift.
Oh, yeah, what was the gift? Did we see it?
It was hard to tell on the quality of screen that I was watching.
It appeared to be a tiny child's phone.
Well, I thought it was maybe
Phone?
I thought maybe it was
Yes.
a child's rattle, and she was pretending it was a phone.
Oh, I thought it was like a rattle in the shape of a phone.
Well, I mean, I was watching on, Vimeo sub-zero quality. Like, I couldn't tell what was
It
happening.
was not expensive, is I think the key thing about this gift.
Right, you think you got it from Target.
Oh, do you only accept expensive gifts for your children, Michael?
Oh, I don't know how to get myself out of this.
So,
God.
Do you think he bought a gift for Una?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Peter. That's really nice. Thank you.
Do you know it's gorgeous?
You know what? That's really nice. Well, do you know what? You can wear that on the plane.
I was just about to say, yeah, maybe it was that.
that famous onesie.
What was
I don't know
what did the onesie say again?
I said very cute.
Like baby pilot or something.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
So Molly says at this point, they've put in everything over the past 2 months. Have they?
Have you, gals?
So many montages over Molly just like being like, it's been epic.
Yeah, we get a lot of like kind of horrific for us flashbacks of just the absolute drudgery that we've had to go through in this series.
It's a black and white montage. There's a shot of Rochelle riding one of them playfully. They're playing in the pool at the beach. They're flagging down that cab on Hollywood Boulevard.
Like flagging down a
cab on Hollywood Boulevard.
I mean, if that is like a highlight, I've got a lot of highlights in my life.
I have written in general though, as a finale scene to the season, this is better than Frankie's Conservatory.
That's what I was going to say. Should we compare the two? I mean,
cuisine wise,
location, cuisine wise, and kind of gloss and sheen wise, yes. I would say energy and kind of spirit wise, we're at a complete even match.
Yeah, totally.
I would actually say maybe they were more hyped to have those fajitas in the conservatory, actually. And Una's apple crumble.
It was a Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex. But do you know what I think somebody said it, but like it was 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I've gone backpacking for triple that amount of time. Like, and they're acting.
Yeah, and did you record a song and do your first live performance?
I feel like if I was trying to be a pop star, I would have done more.
Yeah.
You can lease my love.
There's a nice shot at the end of them toasting the LA skyline.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I felt like it cut off very abruptly. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're done.
You can lease.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't even finish the line.
But the final song was one shot.
They only got one shot. They didn't get a second season.
Yeah, it feels like they missed.
Yeah. As I've said with every episode, didn't really find that magic in this city, did we, girls?
Oh, there's truly no magic in this
No
city.
magic in this city.
Feels like it's somebody else's life. Don't want a way to go.
We're heading back to Heathrow. Back to our new builds.
Landing in Terminal 3. So that was it. I'm exhausted.
I mean, speaking of tired, that's got to be the hashtag of this episode, right?
Hashtag
Hashtag
tired.
tired.
I'm tired.
They're tired. We're tired. Thank God this is the last. I said to myself, I cannot believe that we've done 10 weeks in a row of talking about this.
Fucking hell.
It's actually embarrassing that we've talked about this show
like
so much.
Essentially over 10 hours
Yeah.
of us talking about this show.
And then including, for me, even longer with editing. I've had to listen to us talk about it again.
Imagine you were making the show.
I couldn't possibly.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard.
I think I'd be panicking about what I was showing.
Yeah, I do the same. Like,
Imagine showing like a string through and being like, well, this is what I was thinking for this episode. And then being like, that's just two girls talking about being tired.
That's just someone banging their knee in a bed.
Yeah, listen here, exec. You want to see what didn't make this cut?
No, show me. No, just show me everything. It's fine. Just show me everything.
Okay, yep, you did. Yep, okay. Now, obviously, we've been using the gentleman rating system. I'm actually just gonna go back to the old faithful, and the one that we really care about is Larry King. I like him older. So
like
let's
him older.
In respect to the past icon Larry King, this finale episode, how many Larry Kings out of 5 would you give this finale episode? I mean, you're literally yawning as you're thinking of your rating.
Can I go first?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna give it 1 Larry King.
Whoa.
That might be one of our lowest ratings of the season.
But do you know what? This episode was pants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 2. A
Yeah.
Larry and a King.
I'm actually, unfortunately, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay, so we're at 2 then.
Okay.
Yeah, so
what?
it kind of average out to a 2. I just feel like the drama with the skipping CD was actually, in retrospect, one of the most exciting things I've ever seen on the show.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
I liked that text scrolling across the iPhone.
I like the name Marvell.
Yeah, I liked the name Marvell.
Yeah, fair. Maybe I was a bit hard. Maybe 1.5. Can I change my vote?
Yeah, and also I do feel like I really enjoyed recording this, which also added on maybe an extra Larry King. Because
Okay.
that whole diversion about Molly being in James Bond and in a touring production of James Bond the musical, I'm happy.
She's in the touring production of Thunderbirds the
Oh,
musical.
Thunderbirds the musical. Well, she could also be in a James Bond the musical.
Yeah.
Thunderball and Thunderbirds. It's a double bill.
Speaking of liking a Mulder, I was thinking about on the way home today, I actually think I could get behind a Saturday's Reunion.
Yeah.
I think their music would actually age well. I think they'd be good.
Yeah, I agree. Because actually, unlike some of the other pop bands that have kind of reformed like the S Club and stuff, whose music was fun but not necessarily good.
Yeah.
Saturdays generally never released a bad song.
No, and the gays would get behind like,
Yeah.
a new track.
I think we're 2 years away.
Yeah.
So I think they split up, 2014, 15?
Oh, so you think 2024?
Yeah,
I think it was 14 they split.
14.
Okay.
Okay, so I think next year.
Next year.
I think a 10-year.
Now, I'm not saying I would pay to go back and watch that, because I absolutely wouldn't, but... No,
Wait,
they're
you
not
wouldn't
gonna-
pay to go to see a Saturday's concert?
No, I wouldn't pay to go back to
fly
the UK
back to the
go
UK.
and watch it.
That'd be a bit much.
That would be too much.
If there was something else going on, like a Kylie show.
Yeah, exactly. If they performed the night after Kylie,
yeah.
I can imagine doing that.
Well, look, thank you for listening, everyone.
Thanks for being with us through this gorgeous journey.
Do you think anyone is still listening?
I know, I was just wondering, what are our metrics?
I'll have a look after
From
this.
episode
I'll let
1
you
to
know.
episode 10. That is Chasing the
I mean,
Saturdays.
we have officially run out of Saturday's reality shows, haven't we?
I think we have.
Yeah. There's not even a spin-off with a single gal by themselves.
No.
No.
We still need to do like The Passions of Girls Aloud, Ghost Hunting with Girls Aloud, Ashley Simpson Show. We've got lots of other things to get to.
Yeah, I've got a few irons in the fire.
Yeah. But as ever, you get an episode of Your Welcome America every other week. In fact, you've got one this week, haven't you?
Yes.
Just came out. Uh-oh.
No,
It's coming out this week.
coming out.
There
I'm
we
going to
go.
do this one first.
There we go.
Yeah.
You've got an episode of Your Welcome America this week. Get in touch on Instagram and all the usual things. Thank you for Podcast Nemesis, for being a nemesis, and for being
Yeah.
here.
Thanks for hosting us, and thanks for doing it.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, bye.
Bye. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You're right.
Bye.
You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.